What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am, and I know I'm having a great day because I didn't try to rob a bank with a note that was so poorly handwritten that the teller couldn't read it. Yeah, that's right, but somebody out there is having a day that bad, dude. You know your day's already not going great if you're turning to bank robbery to make ends meet. Like, you know, things can't be going swimmingly. But it's gotta be even worse that your handwriting is so bad that the people reading the note can't make out what you're trying to threaten them with, bro. Seriously, I couldn't believe it myself, but the headline that I'm talking about is, man's handwriting was so bad Eastbourne bank staff didn't know he was trying to rob them. A man who tried to rob a bank in Eastbourne with a handwritten note has been jailed according to police. You know, I would already go out on a limb here and say that robbing a bank with a handwritten note is probably, like, one of the lamest ways to do it. You know, if you're already gonna be committing a bank robbery, you might as well wear some crazy masks and be like, everybody on the ground, Payday 2 style. Writing a threatening note just seems like the lamest way out. I guess it still works, you know, I've read stories about it before, but, you know, the one key difference is if you are going to use a handwritten note to rob a bank, you might want to make sure it's completely legible, dude. This guy really used like the most sloppy, lazy handwriting. First of all, that would probably be pretty easy for cops to trace back to you because it's probably unique if it's unlegible. And even then, man, you didn't take like an extra 5 minutes to type out and make sure that the message was legible, you know? Whatever, they'll probably know what I'm trying to do. I hope so anyways. Like, I don't know, man, maybe not. Clearly they didn't, considering you didn't get away with any money because they didn't realize you were trying to rob them, dude. You also gotta wonder what type of robber, like, just gets told no and leaves. He walked in with a note, you know, I'm gonna steal this money, I'm gonna rob the bank, and they were just like, actually, we would prefer if you didn't, and then he just left? This is like the least committal bank robber of all time, you know, every time he was supposed to be, like, doing any effort to make sure it worked, he was just like, I'll just hope it works out. Police said that Alan Slattery, 67, retired of Stonehouse Drive, was given a 6-year extended sentence when he appeared at the Crown Court on Friday. He entered 3 banks in Eastbourne and Hastings in the space of 2 weeks and used written notes to ask the cashiers to hand over the money. Wait, so this had worked before, bro? Like, you're telling me over in England you just gotta write a threatening note and hand it to the teller and they're like, by all means, take the bank. I don't care. Like, goodness gracious, man.
But do me. I do not want to miss the tea time. This note was written in a very threatening manner. Take all the money.
I feel like over here in America, bro, we got like a bulletproof glass, 18 different emergency alarms, 47 guards, half of the U.S. Marine Corps is outside. You ain't robbing a bank. I mean, you can. It's just not very easy to do.
I do say. I wrote a note and they handed over the money.
67-year-old man. Is there no security guard in the bank? Like, I feel like out of anyone that I would be afraid of robbing the bank, a 67-year-old wouldn't be up there, you know? I could just, like, easily, like, Paul Blart could probably arrest this dude. I feel like, too, if this works once, like, if you get away with one bank robbery, right, you probably should just lay low and not keep going after it. Like, it seems like the worst possible thing you could do is antagonize the police and keep going, because if you got away with one bank robbery, chances are you got really lucky. You get away with 2, you're pushing it. There's no way you're gonna get away with 3, bro. Like, name somebody that just, you know, I professionally rob banks for a living and I don't get caught. The reason that's not a thing is because it's, like, not really possible. You were pushing it, dude. You were pushing it. You probably could have gotten away with like 1 or 2, you know. Sherlock Holmes has been gone for a while. I'm not sure what the British police are up to, but I will say you were definitely pushing it with this many, dude. And like, how embarrassing. You're a hardened criminal that just got told no by the teller. That's even worse. It was already bad enough that you're committed to robbing a bank and, like, you know, you're gonna do it with a note. But not only that, you've robbed multiple banks before and the teller just goes, I can't read this. And you just left? Was this just like some fun money to you? I got enough money from the first 2 bank robberies to be set for life. This one's just trying to stack up some extra assets. According to police, his first attempt was at the Nationwide Building Society in Terminus Road in Eastbourne at 10:45 a.m., but due to poor handwriting, the employee was unable to read the note and he left empty-handed. I just can't get over that, bro. This is the biggest flop of a bank robbery of all time. A Sussex police spokesperson said that staff at the bank later managed to read the note, which said, your screen won't stop what I've got, just hand over the 10s and 20s, think about the other customers. Like, dude, you really went with the powerful threat there. That little screen you're sitting behind won't protect you from me. I've got a weapon. Think about the other customers or I'm gonna hurt them. Like, that's a serious threat, dude. That's a very angry note. Like, he hands that over, you know, he thinks she's gonna read it, potentially start crying, be traumatized. He's like, yeah, this is gonna go incredible. Here you go. I don't know what this is, dude. I don't speak whatever language that is. Just get out. Just leave. And instead of being like, give me the money, he just took back the note. Okay. What's wildest to me is, like, I've heard of bad handwriting, right? But all things considered, that's a relatively simple thing to write down. Like, all in all, that shouldn't be too difficult to write relatively nicely. So this dude's got to have, like, worse handwriting than a doctor. You know how they're stereotyped for basically having the equivalent of chicken scratch on their fingers? This guy's even worse. He went to the medical school of bank robbery. Not a very good one, obviously. That's why it didn't work out for him. But, you know, that's why the handwriting is just so bad. Do you think when he was, like, writing the police statement, they made him just type it up instead? Like, in court, you know, was he writing any documents? Or were they like, don't even bother, dude. No one's going to be able to read that. You're on your own here. 67. That's a weird moment to turn to a life in crime. Do you know what I mean? Like, usually it's like, this 20-year-old decided to rob a bank. 23, you know, like around there. 67's a weird moment to just be like, man, I've lived a good life. Time to just go bank robbing. Maybe that's what it was. It was just always on his bucket list to, like, be on the run from the cops. Not for very long, obviously, because he is 67. It was more of like a geriatric jog. But still, dude, there's got to be some reason why just this late in life he decided to send it down the bank robbery route. Police said on March 22nd, Slatery entered the Nationwide Building Society, where he handed a threatening note over to the cashier for, in her fear and safety, handed over $2,400 in cash. The spokesperson said, as inquiries were going on to trace Slattery, police received a no call from Nat West Bank, or a phone call in Havenlock Road at around 1:20 p.m., and they said that staff at the bank reported a man entering the branch, handing over a threatening note demanding money. The cashier challenged the man, who then left empty-handed. Upon receiving the report, officers said they attended the last known address and identified him walking in the vicinity, and he was arrested on suspicion of robbery and 2 counts of attempted robbery. Okay, so, alright, the note doesn't work twice, which means it's a pretty bad note. The first time they can't read it, but you're also just not a very intimidating guy if the guy reads the note, realizes you're threatening him, and goes, get out. Like, he just doesn't even care, bro. He's like, just leave. Why are you here? I don't care. Not to mention all of this trouble for $2,400, bro, meaning that even if, hypothetically, you know, he would have gotten away with it, let's say he hit all 3 banks, he made 7,200 pounds. I mean, obviously, like, it's not a dollar-ish. You guys get what I'm saying. Like, that's really not that much money to be going to jail for 6 years, especially when you're already 67. What, he's gonna come out at 73 years old, ready to take on life and get restarted again, bro? Like, come on, dude. Really? $7,000 was worth it? Not worth it. That's what I'm gonna say. Moral of the story, bro, don't try to rob a bank with a note. That just seems like one of the most obvious things I could ever say is it's probably not a good idea to go around, like, threatening people working at a bank, saying that they're never going to be able to protect themselves from the threat that you have. That just seems like a guaranteed way to get the cops doing everything they can to try to track you down, on top of you just already robbing a bank not being the best idea. I still can't get over the fact that nobody read it, bro. As for how bad the handwriting of the note really was, I'll put the note on screen now. It's pretty bad. I can make it out. Maybe it's just because, like, I'm a dude. I also have really bad handwriting. But here it is. So yeah, this is pretty bad handwriting, and I mean, like, I can read it, but I could understand why a bank teller being handed that with no context would not think that this was a robbery threat, dude. You really could have taken 15 minutes to write this a little bit more neatly. And as I said, it was probably really easy to prove it's him. Like, what was he gonna say? I didn't write the note. Oh, you didn't? This is just the most unique handwriting that you happen to be an exact perfect match for. And, like, how did they get the note? Did he leave it behind? He left the note with the teller? Here's a super threatening note with my very distinct handwriting. Oh, and my fingerprints. You go ahead and hold on to that for safekeeping, just in case you want to meet up and get some drinks later. Like, what? Huh? 67-year-olds weren't up to date with CSI, bro. Back when this guy was a kid, you actually could rob banks like this because the cops would have been like, well, we don't have security cameras, we don't know what to do. But, like, things have changed a little bit, bro. Anyways, guys, I think that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, I would really appreciate you taking a second to press the like button. Let me know in the comments section down below what you thought. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on those notifications. If you really want to help out the channel, you can use code Scrubae at the G Fuel checkout. It's actually 30% off until tomorrow, so if you haven't already, use code Scrubae at G Fuel for quite a discount. Other than that, my podcast, The Scuffed Cast, can be found in the description down below. And if you take a second to look at your screen now, you will see the coolest merch to ever exist in the history of the planet, and it can be yours in the description too. Yeah, that's right. On that note, though, guys, I think that'll do it for the video. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.